The myth of Tanzil was and still is my muse in my quest of solving the mystery of the relation of frankincense and the Tanzil, which I have explained in the Red Mercury 1, 2 and 3 articles. Tanzil is an Arabic term, used to describe the process when a conjurer of alien jinn requests from the jinn to bring him money. In return the jinn would normally ask for red mercury as a barter fee. The other side of the red mercury myth, but not as popular, is that some jinn would ask for a genuine very special grade of golden frankincense known as grade A or honey frankincense, as the bartering fee to fulfill the tanzil of money. Only in this case this special frankincense should be of a very special specification and characteristics, which dictates the success of the tanzil of genuine money. The characteristics is that due to the pure combustion of the incense, there would be a straight-line pillar of pure white smoke generating which should reach the ceiling of the room where the séance is taking place. As I usually do when I am researching, I try my best to experiment on all the myth factors, testing it and observing the results in person. It took me a few months to successfully obtain all types of such incense from around the world. I bought some from scattered Indonesian islands such as Java, Sumatra, Borneo and Irian Jaya, which is the Indonesian part of Papua New Guinea. Then I bought some from Pakistan, India, USA and Oman. I also made sure to obtain another sample from Nigeria and Sudan. I made sure to have everything ready. Then I contacted one of the conjurers who I usually hire through Paradetect. The conjurer arrived to Paradetect Center in Lebanon, and we prepared for him all his needs to begin his special preparatory ritual. I was extremely excited to see how it works, since I have heard quite a lot about this myth. Besides, I considered the frankincense is less hazardous and more obtainable than red mercury. Well, let the party begin. And the party began indeed. The conjurer began experimenting on the specimens separately one by one, but, alas, none of the specimens we had generated any of the required pillar of white smoke. You cannot begin to imagine my disappointment. After so many months of hard work and hard-earned cash I wasted chasing this myth, only to end up in a more dismal position, frustratingly leading me to the cessation of this side of the myth and refocus on the red mercury substance with no other alternative at hand. After a year or so, while I was following another lead to another paranormal investigation, I received a call from a friend in another country in the Middle East, asking me if I can explain what happened when she burned some frankincense in her apartment. I listened to her story and couldn't believe what reached my lazy ears at the time. That friend told me that a priest who was also a friend of hers gave her a small bag of frankincense as a gift and told her it was a special grade used by his own chapel. Few weeks later there was an occasion, and she remembered the priest's gift to her. She went to where she stored it and brought a couple of small portions of it. She burnt it and left it in the guest room. Then she left to her kitchen to prepare a hot drink. When she came back she opened the door of the room, and to her astonishment she saw a straight line of white smoke reaching her roof, generated directly from that incense she lately burnt. She got scared and called me immediately after that. I need to reiterate that the woman was not familiar with the Tanzil myth and the red mercury or the frankincense role in it. She simply felt what happened was not normal and wanted to share with me her fears. By now I guess you are picturing my surprise and revived excitement. It was a gift from heaven to me. After all, my previous research did not end in vain. I asked my friend if she can spare a sample to send to me to continue a research related to frankincense role in a myth. She was kind enough to send me the whole bag given to her by the priest. Wow, that was marvelous. after I received the new specimen of frankincense. I immediately summoned the conjurer and asked him to repeat the experiment yet again. Unfortunately, the experiment ended up like its previous specimen. No straight-line pillar of white smoke ever came out of the incense. In fact, the best result out of all was the Omani specimen, which generated 30 centimeters of whitish smoke. At first, disappointment was overwhelming, but then and after a deep reflection I ended up with a final conclusion which made sense to me, and I considered it to be the answer to the puzzle. I ended up believing that the type or grade of the frankincense was not the source of that legendary pillar of white smoke. It was actually something else totally different, yet somehow related to the Tanzil and the Jinn. What was it? It must be as follows. When a portal is opened between the two worlds, that portal generates a whirlwind vacuuming the smoke or sucking it into the portal to the other world. There you go. With the help of one of our Parade Detect advocates, I unexpectedly was able to solve one of the old mysteries. Thank you, Parade Detect, for giving me the blessings and the joy of my exciting work. And thanks to all of our readers for being a part of Parade Detect. A very special thanks to that friend who wouldn't hesitate to donate her frankincense to us for the sake of science research and nothing short than your amusement.